everybody, it's Elisa here. So today I want to talk about something that is very important and an important message, and something I have also mentioned in my book. I think it was actually in the last page, but yeah, I really want to make a video on this because, you know, like as I'm eating disorder recovery coach, I see people's recovery, and I also see like it's you know, many things are the same, and many things are kind of like the you know, fundamental to recovery, but also many things are individual, and I feel like because people hear my videos, or there are like so many other people who make videos about recovery or books about recovery or messages about recovery, like how to recover and what is the mindset and everything, then I also want to make this video to talk about that recovery is individual to everybody. And just because you hear somebody explaining how recovery was for them, how it worked for them, what was their mindset and everything, then it's good. Like, you can learn from everybody, and this is how I recovered, like learning from different people, reading about different people and how they recovered and what they learned and everything. But at the end of the day, like, you also have to make it individual to you, and you have to follow your intuition. Because, for example, like my channel name is Follow the Intuition, but the name is not Follow My Intuition, like follow exactly what I did, but it's like follow the intuition, meaning like follow your intuition and follow your body and follow like what works for you, and yeah, like what best applies to you. And also on my channel I have one video titled the like trial and error process of intuitive eating or something like that. And this is kind of what I mean, is that you have to go through your own process of trial and error in recovery, and on your path to full recovery and intuitive eating or normal eating, like you have to go through your own trial and error process. And it's good to learn from other people what they did, as I said, but at the end of the day, like, this is individual path for you. And like, don't be afraid to trust yourself, and don't be afraid to do something different than maybe is what some other people did. And you have to find your own path, and you have to find out what works for you. Because like, the eating disorder can go into extremes, and it can make the recovery almost like another obsession or another things to force, or almost like another plan or like a diet to follow. And you may feel that, exactly, if I don't do exactly as Elisa said or this other person said in their video or in their blog, even though for me something just doesn't feel right, something doesn't resonate, something just doesn't work, like I have to keep on pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. And of course sometimes like you have to like push through it, but also it's kind of a tricky thing, because I have seen that for many people it's actually their eating disorder who wants to push it, something that doesn't work, because then you keep on having your eating disorder, and it keeps you far away from actually listening to your body, trusting your body, listening and trusting to your intuition, your inner wisdom, your higher self, because you are still so afraid to trust yourself, and you are still following a plan that somebody else created for you. And I totally understand, because like you can feel like so out of tune with your body, and you don't know like what to do, and you do, you know, want to like do what those other people said, like who have fully recovered, and it's great. But also like add your own individuality to it, and don't be afraid to try different things, and at the end of the day, like, you have to make it your own recovery path, and you have to make it work for you. So, and I feel like people who have had eating disorders and they have been following some diets and plans and everything, it can almost feel like scary, because they finally understand that, oh my god, like what if there is no particular plan, nobody can tell me exactly what to do, but actually I have to follow and find my own plan, my own path. And this can feel scary, because I feel like with eating disorders, like we all want this like control. We need to control, and we just can't let it go. But actually, if you find out that recovery is individual, like you have to learn your own, like discover your own plan, your own path, it can, you know, spark this fear. And actually it's kind of like, oh my god, like I have to let go, even like trying to do what somebody else made me, you know, think I should do, even though I feel like something doesn't resonate or it doesn't work or something. So yeah. And it's very hard to even describe it like in this video, but I really hope you understand what I mean, because maybe you are in this part of recovery when you are, you know, maybe further in your recovery, and you feel like something doesn't work, and you are afraid to trust yourself and go towards your own way and discover your own path and everything. And of course, I can say that one thing that doesn't work is restriction. So yeah, like this doesn't work, but yeah, like it's normal to tweak it, recovery, to your own needs, and especially to follow your own like compassionate and kind voice. Because I would say like the eating disorder voice is like the voice that need to do recovery perfectly, need to have total control, and almost like the voice of fear and anxiety and stress, and you know, still about like perfectionism and controlling everything, and you know, like threatening with fear, like otherwise you won't recover if you don't do it exactly as, I don't know, she said or something. So even that voice can still be the eating disorder voice that is full of fear and full of like control, even in recovery. But actually you have to really tune into your compassionate voice, like the kind voice that is flexible, that is not about perfectionism, that is actually like trusting yourself, having faith in yourself, in your body, and like relaxing about all the, you know, like rules, and overthinking it, over analyzing it, and yeah, just like letting go of even the control of recovery and stressing out about recovery. And yeah, like rather tuning into your compassionate voice. And I think like this is the voice you should follow, because this is the intuitive voice, and that will help you get closer to your path to recovery. Because yeah, like at the end of the day, like you have to make this path work for you. And intuitive eating is not another like plan to prescribe to somebody, like yeah, like do exactly this, and then exactly this result will come. It's like, yeah, like everybody is giving their own guidance, almost like from their own experience, what they have learned. But at the end of the day, I feel like nobody can actually teach you or tell you exactly like how to eat intuitively or how to do recovery. Like you have to trust yourself, you have to follow yourself, like you have to find your own path. You have to experience it on your own, and you will get there only on your own, by going through, you know, your recovery and tweaking it for your own needs and finding your own path. Like nobody can, you know, just prescribe a plan for you to get there, but you have to discover your own path to the intuitive eating and full recovery, because everybody's recovery is a little bit individual. Yeah, so you have to discover like what feels good to you, what feels right for you. And yeah, so this is what I wanted to share today. Yeah, if you feel you are struggling in recovery, or you are confused like what to do, I do what they say, but at the same time I feel like something is off, something just doesn't work. And it's not even the eating disorder voice, it's kind of like I feel this way, like something is just, yeah, like it doesn't work or something. So like just know that you can make it individual to you, and it's right, and you should do it. And also I can see from my book, because I think in my book, in the last page, I wrote about this. It was kind of my last message, because I did understand that, you know, you can take my book, you can read my book, you know, all the lessons I learned, everything I implemented in my recovery to get to full recovery. But yeah, at the end of the day, like it's all about your path. And I don't even care like how exactly you do it, whether you follow, you know, what I did, or you follow somebody else, or you put those, you know, several things together. Actually, what I did in my recovery, I didn't follow just one person, and make it individual to you, so it works for you. Yeah, like the last chapter in my book is titled "It's Not Black and White." So what it means is that, yeah, like you can't take it just into another extremes. It's not black and white. It's not like a clear program. It's kind of like you have to find your own balance. So maybe what I can do is, I'm just gonna read that part of my book. It's not black and white. Your head is probably spinning around from all the information in this book. What to do, what not to do, this is okay, that's not okay, do this but don't do that. Some information may even be unnecessary, weird, wrong, contradicting, stupid. So don't take everything I say so literally. I want you to trust yourself and listen to your intuition. I gathered all this information from different sources, and I put together what essentially worked for me. This is my experience. I adjusted things a little bit here and there where I felt the need. I didn't follow anybody's advice 100%, but used the information and adjusted my recovery according to my needs. I don't want you to take this recovery book as black and white. You may have even noticed that I'm not giving out only one and only option to every recovery issue. For example, with counting calories and following the minimum guidelines, I have showed you every possible way to go, and that recovery is achievable with or without counting. It really depends on every individual. And so is with other recovery stuff. It is not always black and white. If you feel something is completely not resonating with you, then do what you need to do to make it suitable for you. Try different things to see what works. You will definitely go through some trial and error, so don't get upset if something doesn't work for you as it did for me. But be open, trying out the things I mentioned, but be smart enough to find your own way. And I'm not here to say do this, this and this, and then you will get 100% the same results I did. Every person requires a little bit of different approach. We are complex biological creatures, not mathematically identical robots. And this one little book can't possibly be the sole answer to millions of people who suffer from eating disorders. I used all this information very instinctively. Some days I felt the need to make sure I was eating enough, so I followed the minimal calorie guidelines. Other days I felt the need to listen to my body and intuition, so I did. Sometimes I felt the need to eat more frequently, and on some days I ate only a few big meals. If I saw something not working, I asked myself, what isn't working and what should I change? The answers came to me through different sources, and I tried whatever fit my situation. If something felt good and helped my recovery, I continued doing it. If something felt unnecessary and kept me stuck, I stopped doing it. I read a lot about recovery and saturated my brain with information. I didn't stop with one book, but read a lot of books. I read about the experiences of people who were in recovery and those people who have recovered successfully. From every information source, I took what felt right and left out what did not. So you too can also take what you want from this book and continue learning and searching for more ideas on your own. And ultimately, it does not matter how exactly you manage to recover, but that you do recover and do it healthfully and for life. So this is the message in my book, to essentially follow the intuition, like follow your intuition, follow your own path. Like take the information you get from people who have fully recovered successfully. Read books, read blogs, read websites, read sources. But you have to make this path individual to you, and that's okay. And this is how you build the ultimate trust with yourself and with your body and with your intuition. So tweak recovery to your own individual needs and what feels right for you. So this is the message today. I really hope you like it. If you want to read my book, the link is in the description. And yeah, so this is my message today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.